Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Veronica. If you're new, welcome. So glad you are here. In today's video, we are planting the garden and decorating it for spring and summer, and I am so excited. Tell me down below if you have your own garden at home as well. So here is a quick look at all of the florals and the herbs that we're going to be planting. I just wanted to spruce up the garden for spring, so I just set them in this flower bed to keep them out of the wind's way. It's been so windy around here lately. But moving over here, we have our rose bushes, which have sprouted significantly in the last couple of weeks, probably because of the beautiful weather. So this one has like a little rose coming out. So pretty. So excited for those to bloom. And then this is the herb garden, so we're gonna go ahead and start over here today, get this taken care of and ready for spring. So I'm starting off by cleaning out my little flower bed here, which I'm going to be planting all of my herbs in. I had a bunch of dried leaves that had blown in here over the winter, as well as a bunch of roots from former plants that I had already cleaned out. So I needed to make sure I had a fresh slate for my new herbs.
I really wanna know,
So a quick look at the actual stuff that I'm cleaning up. So obviously these need to move. This is the little stakes to mark the different herbs in the garden. And then, guys, I think this is an asparagus plant. I know we planted one last year but never got anything out of it. But looking closely at it, I'm pretty sure it's asparagus. So we're gonna leave that alone, let that thrive, maybe live its best life. Who knows, maybe we'll get some asparagus out of it. And then this is some rosemary, so definitely a very healthy plant there. We're gonna trim that back though so that it's not overtaking the entire garden. And then over here, you can see these little plants are actually peppermint. And I didn't know this before, but they are quite invasive. They ended up all the way on the other end too. So I ended up having to rip all of it out. So looks like I have a couple stragglers. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of those too, because ultimately we didn't really use it last year and it just took over the whole garden.
It was a Thursday night when I first saw you. Those green eyes caught me. Yeah, it was crazy. It was a Friday night when I first kissed you. It struck me like light.
For anyone who is new around here, I just wanted to say thank you for stopping by. I really hope you consider subscribing to my channel. My name is Veronica and I'm a wife and mama from Las Vegas. My videos are all about decor, DIYs, and mama motivation. Basically anything that I do around my home to make my family happy, I share here on my channel. So if you're interested in that kind of content, definitely hit that big red button down below and don't forget to turn on those notifications so you can be part of my internet community and be the first to know when I have a new video live. Now that this planter is all cleaned out, I'm going to go ahead and begin by planting in my herbs. My husband did set up some really good irrigation over here, so I don't ever have to worry about my stuff going unwatered. No matter what, I kill every plant I've ever owned except for the ones that my husband puts water for me. So that is a very great thing to do. If you do have a garden and you have the ability, I definitely recommend setting up some irrigation. For my herbs, I'm really focusing on the Italian and Greek flavors that I love to put in my cooking. So I'm using a lot of basil, parsley, oregano, and I do also get a little cilantro plant because I also love to make salsa.
24/7, yeah, every day I will come running, babe. And days turned into same. Everything has
Last year I discovered lemon basil, and it has to be one of the best things I've ever had. So when I was searching for the basil plants, I was searching specifically for a lemon basil, and I could not find one, but I was lucky enough to find some seeds. So I'm going to go ahead and plant those right next to the traditional sweet basil so that we have that as an option as well. As I was planting each of these herbs, I did use the little stakes that came in the pot just to mark what was what as I was planting. Now that everything is in, I'm going to go ahead and switch those out for the slate stakes that I grabbed last year on Amazon. I love these. You can customize them completely, and it keeps my garden nice and organized.
Don't you just get tired chasing fame and being pretty all the time? Doesn't sound like fun. You can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better.
Now we're moving into the flower garden bed, and I'm just using that mini rake to till up the soil and make sure it is ready to go, as well as get rid of any dead leaves and old roots.
I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I want to be.
Flower beds are definitely a little bit more of an aesthetic, so I'm going to just lay everything out to make sure I like how it all sets before I do any planting.
Maybe you will find that there is more to life than being pretty.
Like with my decor, I like to make sure I have a variety of heights as well as textures when I am planting a garden. So I made sure to have some taller plants, medium size, as well as almost completely on the ground flowers to make this a complete garden and make it very visually appealing.
You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to.
Now that I am happy with the layout, I'm going to take one pot out at a time and go ahead and plant it so that I keep everything exactly where I wanted it.
Baby, let your head down, be a little wilder. Baby, kick your shoes off, you don't have to hide it. Baby, let your head down, be a little wilder. Baby, kick your shoes off, don't hide it. I don't fit into your box, beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better, I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box, beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better, I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box, beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better, I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box.
I also recommend making sure you have a little bit of extra garden soil on hand just in case there are any spots in the garden that are lacking enough soil. You want to make sure every one of your plants has plenty, and you want to make sure that it is nice and rich and helps them grow. I love the Miracle Grow brand soil as well as their products to help plants grow. I think it really does help, and I use them throughout the entire season.
I've been thinking about my options, every detail in my head, but it doesn't really matter, nothing matters, so I cry instead.
For those of you who have not already done so, definitely check out my Instagram page. My handle is @SoVeryVeronica. I am constantly sharing smaller DIYs that I don't share on my channel, as well as day-to-day life of me and baby Rayanne as we are living our best lives in our little playhouse and garden area over here. So I definitely think you should check it out and join my little Instagram family as well.
I've been staring at the ceiling, I've been staying up all night. Everything I ever worked for vanished in the blink of an eye. I've been asking every question, Does it gotta be me? What the hell am I supposed to do? I've been running circles, trying to catch my breath. I've been trying.
So these little tiny flowers came in a 6-pack, which I did not originally realize. I thought they were just kind of like one square planter. It was so difficult for me to figure out how to plant these. I don't know if I was just having a day or if they are just difficult for everybody, but I was struggling. So I'm really hoping I didn't mess them up and they will grow okay. So fingers crossed for me, guys. I'm so excited to see how they turn out.
Yeah, I tried my best, but nothing turns out right.
And the last thing we are planting are some mini rose bushes. I wanted to go ahead and add a little bit more dimension to this rose bush area. I'm hoping it won't do anything to affect the current rose bushes because they did so well last year. So I really like how this looks. Let me know down below what you think. We're gonna go ahead and decorate the garden. How stinking cute are these gnomes, you guys? I grabbed them at Home Goods. They are just so stinking cute. We have a little welcome one, another one with a bird. They're both little fairies. Perfect for spring. I'm just so excited. And we're gonna go ahead and stick these butterflies into the garden as well, just to bring even more fun to it. That way, when baby Rayanne is playing in here, she has all the festive fun she can handle. So everything is done and decorated and I'm loving how this turned out. Over here in the flower garden we have our little gnome holding the bird. I just thought that was so precious. And the flowers turned out great. I'm really hoping I didn't completely destroy these, but I have no idea how to plant those little tiny packages. I thought they were all one, so goofball on my part. I love these little butterflies and they flap their wings in the wind. How cute. These freesia plants will be beautiful. This plant is, this plant when it is actually blooming is nice bright orange, super pretty. It does take over the world though, so we have to keep it trimmed back. More freesia, more of those blue-eyed beauties. Just love this. And this plant over here is actually a garlic plant, and this does turn into a beautiful purple flower. I'm not sure if it'll do it again, but we'll find out. Over in the rose garden, we have our other gnome. He's saying welcome, so precious, love him so much. Here are our existing rose bushes. Let me zoom out a bit. I did go ahead and stick another butterfly back there, and I added in these 2 mini rose bushes. I'm hoping they won't overcrowd the rose bushes themselves, but fingers crossed that'll work out because they're so pretty. And then on the other side over here, we do have all of the herbs. I went ahead with the basil, parsley, and oregano. We use those constantly, so I had to get those on the ground so that they would start producing. Over here I have some cilantro. I do have a couple more items on my list that I need to grab to fill in these empty spots over here. And I went ahead and put our little cherry tomatoes in that pot over there. Hopefully that works out. I need my husband to go ahead and pull some irrigation to them because the line is a little bit shorter than I anticipated. But overall, super happy with this year's garden. Alright you guys, and that is the end of today's video. I'm so happy with how this turned out. I know baby Rayanne is just going to love it. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and don't miss my next video. See you guys.
We stay here forever. I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know